This video is brought to you by Sporlan, quality, integrity, and tradition.
We've got a Train package unit here today, and the customer says that the unit's making a thumping sound. They said that it just like turns on and turns off. That's weird. The heater's turning on. Why would the heater? It's very odd. So they said it's just making this constant thumping sound. Let's see if we see anything. I told them someone messed up and took the drain line and put a cap on it and down in the downstairs. Oh, you hear that? It's like the blower motor turns on and off. I told them to fix this years ago. They still haven't fixed it. All right, so indoor blower motor is not running. Okay. Filters look decent. Look like they haven't ran in a while. Interesting. Ooh, we got a plugged up drain. That's one thing. It's like starting and then stopping. That's weird. See if this guy drains. There's like something stuck in this drain pan. There we go. Yeah, that's really weird, huh? They're getting like a control issue or something. Something's going on here. So let's open this up. Let's start by checking voltage and seeing if we're getting a call for what we're getting a call for from the thermostat. Right. Now I'm suspecting that there's something going on with the board right here, because let's go ahead and test voltage. It's like just intermittently turning things on. So let's go ahead and go common to R, 25 volts. Okay, so let's go ahead and go common to G, 25 volts, and we're not calling at the moment. Let's just watch it, see if it'll cycle. Nothing's changing about my call for cooling. Nothing. Okay, let's go ahead and go to, I believe this is the indoor blower motor contactor right here, and we've got no voltage. Let's wait for it to cycle. It's a 24 volt contactor, so let's see. Now it's not going to restart. We're getting a flash like error code on there. 1, 2 flashes and then off. 2 quick flashes and then off. I'll have to look at the instructions to see what that means. I'm waiting for this thing to try to start again. It's weird though, because it like tries to start the inducer too for the heater. It's really odd. Come on, buddy, you could do it. Put your back into it. Let's see if this guy does anything again. I'm gonna try to wiggle. See if maybe we got a bad connection or something. Nothing. Or if we got like a bad solder point or something. Something's going on with that board, because we've got 24 volts going into the board and it's not engaging. What the heck is going on? It gets voltage to the contactor quickly and then disengages it. It says that when it flashes 2 flashes, it means diagnostics exist. But it's interesting, when it turns on, it goes solid. So it's flashing like there's a problem, and then it turns on, and then the light goes solid, and then it starts flashing again. So I think there's something wrong with that RTRM board. Let me check some other things. Let me make sure we don't have a simultaneous heating and cooling call. I've seen those do some weird stuff before. I confirmed we do not have like a simultaneous heating and cooling call. I disconnected the heating wires just for giggles. What I'm going to do is put it into test mode now and see if we can function in test mode. So I'm going to jump out the jumpers. I don't know if it's going to go into test mode. Yeah, it's not gonna, doesn't seem like it's gonna go into test mode. Yeah, it's just doing a weird like boot mode or something. All right, so what we're gonna do is we are going to cycle power. Give it a second, turn it back on. Should probably pull that board out. Well, before I go and get a new board, even if I can find one, I need to call, but we'll turn it on. Okay, so we have got a solid LED now. Oh, that's odd. It's solid now. Let's see if we get a call for fan. They did have a lot of lightning storms this week. Go figure. Now it's running right. I had to power cycle it. Huh. Okay, so now the indoor blower motor is running like it should be. The light is solid. Huh, that's very interesting. Let's see it go through a cycle. See if it'll start up. So that's interesting. So I jumped out the unit. I haven't gotten a call from the thermostat as of yet. I'll look and see, but we got a 54-degree supply, 74-degree return. Both compressors are running. Both condenser fan motors are running. Huh, I wonder what happened here. I'm wondering because we had a lot of, we had a tropical storm come through and we had a lot of lightning and thunder and stuff come through this area, and I'm wondering if something just happened with this unit. I also blew out that drain, by the way. There's a big old chunker in that drain. I'm gonna let this run for a little bit longer. That's very interesting. All right, I went ahead and went down to the thermostat, pulled my jumpers off, went down to the thermostat, gave it a call for cooling from the thermostat. To verify the thermostat's working, it is. We don't have a call for second stage yet. Second stage isn't pulled in, but we know it's working. We're not getting that flash, and there goes second stage. So we're not getting that flashing anymore. It's interesting. Like, I understand if there was a diagnostic, but it was turning on and off, on and off. It doesn't seem like a diagnostic problem to me. I feel like something happened with the board. I'm wondering if it had to do with the lightning, like I said, that we had. So I'm gonna go ahead and probe up, go through the unit, make sure everything's good. 4 people asked too, we do not have an overflow switch on this, so there's not one there. At least I don't think there is. I'll double check, but there's no overflow switch, so that's not causing our problem. All right, let's have a look here at what we got going on, okay? So first stage, let's go back. Nothing too crazy jumping out at me. I don't see any reasons for the unit to go off on a safety. Superheat's a little bit on the high side, but they don't have insulated suction lines on these things. I'm not too concerned with that. Subcooling's in line and where I think it should be. This unit has fixed orifice metering device on it. Okay, let's go ahead and jump over to second stage, see how that one's doing. Second stage is kind of running really similar. 18 degrees subcooling, 23 degrees superheat. I don't really see a problem with that. Let's scroll over and look at my temperature split is about 18 degrees. We're calling for about 20. Okay, that's not too bad though. Let's look at our delivered capacity. 160,000 BTUs. That's a little bit low, but I also have this is a weird unit. I should probably move my probes around. As far as the tonnage goes and stuff, it's hard to get it to line up to what we actually should have for this equipment. But I'm not too concerned about the BTUs, the delivered BTUs. I'm more concerned in the operation of the unit, and I don't see anything wrong here. I'm looking for something that would cause the unit to go off on low pressure, high pressure, and possibly, I don't know what caused it to go into that weird like boot logging mode or something. I don't know what that was, dude. It was like a boot loop or something. It was stuck. And then once I cycled power, it started up. So I'm not seeing anything, so I'm gonna watch it for a little bit longer. I just pulled all my probes off. I gotta get the caps back on, but so I'm not seeing anything wrong really with the refrigeration circuit. The belt's tight, the filters are clean, the evaporator coil looks clean. I'm gonna go through and just have a look at these contactors. This one has some arcing that has happened inside of it, like, which is normal, you know, but it's not, I don't think it's time to replace this contactor. It doesn't look that bad. I can just see some signs of it pulling in and out. But I'm really curious about this one because it was on off for I don't know how long. So I'm gonna keep inspecting all these too. These guys are both perfectly good. This guy is done. Like, it's all burnt in there. So I'm gonna go ahead and change this guy out, because we don't want to cause a problem with that. And this is why you got to be thorough with this stuff. I'm not done yet either. Something that I don't like is these thermostat wires are like all jacked up, and there's a crap ton of extra, so I'm gonna go ahead and cut those down too and fix those up. All right, I'm not a fan of stripping the wires down here to jump them out. I'd prefer leaving a little bit of exposed wire sticking out in a way that it's not going to short on anything. And then I leave the red a little bit longer so I can get 2 jumpers on there if need be. So then that way one jumper can go to Y1, one jumper can go to Y2, that kind of stuff. So we got the contactor replaced, these wires done. I'm not seeing anything else crazy in here. Capacitors look okay, everything looks good down here. I need to get the cap still on. I want to open up this electrical section because these are notorious for having loose lugs and burning up the disconnect switches. So we're going to check that next. Don't really see any problems in here. The wires are nice and tight. Everything's good. Yeah, so everything's looking good in there. We're going to get this back on and then turn the unit back on. Man, these last couple days have just been exhausting. Been early morning stuff. Today is Wednesday, August 23rd of 2023. So this morning I was up at 4, yesterday I was up at 4, just early morning. I did a crane job today, changing out a package unit. Yesterday, I don't remember what I did yesterday. Oh, I fixed a reach-in cooler that I had to be somewhere super early. Oh man, it's just been exhausting. It really has. It's not as hot, really. I mean, it's like in the 90s. We have a little bit higher than normal humidity. I'd say it's probably like 30 or 40%. You know, so we don't really know what humidity is here in Southern California. We had a tropical storm go through this last week, so the humidity has been higher than usual. But yeah, it's just been busy. So hopefully you guys are doing pretty good. All right. So this one was a service call. I think it was actually yesterday, August 22nd. I think I ran this call. We got a call that there was a constant thumping. The air conditioner was making noise. Now, initially, I thought it was going to be an exhaust fan issue because they've called saying the HVAC unit's making noise, and then it ended up being an exhaust fan. But nope, when I got there, it was one of the air conditioners. It was their dining room AC. So they only have 3 ACs on that building: kitchen, dining room, and bar. And dining room, for some reason, was stuck in some sort of boot loop. It was weird. It was just like stuck. Now, I don't think, and you guys enlighten me if you guys have ever seen this problem before. If the unit went off on a diagnostic lockout, I believe it's just going to give you the flash code and not run until you restore power or power cycle the unit. Then it's going to start up. This one wasn't doing that. This one would say there was diagnostics present, then it would stop. The RTRM light would go solid like it was normal operation. The contactor would turn on, the heater would occasionally turn on, and then it would go back into diagnostics present. Don't know why. I don't know why. I don't know what was going on there. So I was thinking we had a bad circuit board, and we very well might still have a bad circuit board, okay? But once I power cycled the unit, it was working great. So my next step to go through that was to put up probes on the unit, see if there was any reason for it to go off on a lockout. Low pressure, high pressure, anything? Nothing. Everything seemed fine. Condenser doesn't seem to be a problem. Fan motors are working. Everything's good. So I just kind of went to the customer and said, here's the deal. Let's give it some time. See if we have any more problems. I said, I will gladly put a new circuit board on here. I don't even know if you can get them right now, but I said, I'll gladly dig into that and go change a board. But I said, there might just be something weird that had happened because we had that tropical storm go through. We had lightning and all kinds of stuff, power issues. I think it was just something with that. Time will tell. I did my best. Cleared that drain too. Did confirm there's no float switches on that unit. Belt was tight. Everything was operating as best as possible. I don't really see any other issues with this. I didn't hear from them today. We'll give it another couple days and then we'll close that one out. You got to be thorough. Same time, I started thinking that contactor going on and off, on and off, on and off. The filters were really clean on the unit. I'm sitting here thinking this has probably been happening for a very long time, okay? And then I inspected that contactor, also found the contactor was totally burnt from the on, off, on, off, on, off. It's constantly arcing. So went ahead and changed out the contactor, inspected the rest of them, didn't see any problem. So you got to be thorough on this. There's nothing worse than saying, oh, yeah, let's just keep an eye on it, and then that contactor fail.
and then that just becomes another service call. So big picture stuff when you're out here doing these calls. I really, really appreciate you guys making it to the end of the video. This one was a short one, but some good information in it, right? So thank you so very much. If you haven't already, please consider checking out my website, hvacrvideos.com. We got merchandise available on there. Great way to help support the channel. Hats, different styles of hats, beanies, sweaters, t-shirts, bunch of different stuff. It's a great way to support the channel. A couple other ways, again, that's hvacrvideos.com. Couple other ways to support the channel, but the easiest is simply watching the videos from beginning to end. That really is the easiest way, okay? If you're interested in purchasing any tools, you can go to truetech.tools.com. I have an affiliate offer code program set up with them. If you use my offer code Big Picture on checkout, when you find whatever you want to buy from TrueTech Tools, you'll get an 8% discount on almost all the items on their website. There's a few things it doesn't apply to. Some manufacturers control discounts and things like that. But for the most part, you'll get an 8% discount on majority of the items they sell. And when you do that, I get a small commission from that. So great way to help support the channel. There's links in the show notes of this video for PayPal, Patreon, YouTube channel memberships. Those are all ways to make monthly commitments to the channel. So thank you so very much. I really do appreciate you, and we will catch you on the next one.